Hey everyone, welcome back to the Jewish Health Podcast. This is my first podcast officially in Israel. Last few weeks being pre-recorded from the last few months ago. So this is like the first official one, which I'm super excited about. So if you don't know, I am now in Israel for half a year, I would say, in Tel Aviv, which has been awesome. I'm going to do a whole new episode just on how my experience has been, the changes. I may do it as a YouTube video, but we'll see. Anyway, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to YouTube, make sure to subscribe to the podcast, make sure to follow my social media, Jewish Fitness Coach, on all the social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, to get loads of information. So this episode is going to be talking about the part 2 of, I was going to call it a 3-part series, but I'm actually going to do a 4-part series because I think the lead up to Rosh Hashanah, so part 2 of a 4-part series of basically how to deal with fitness, how to deal with progressing with your goals over the Jewish New Year, because with the Jewish New Year, there's a lot of food and there's a balance. You don't want to be someone who, well, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but you don't want to be, you don't want to be someone. No, you can be whoever you want. When you go to these events, you're going to be there's a few things you can do. One, you can just try and be so disciplined and say no to everything, and you're probably not going to have a lot of fun. And these experiences turn into negative experience because you're trying to diet so extreme and you're not able to have fun. Or you learn how to incorporate balance. You look at actually maybe during this period, I'm just checking my mic on. Maybe during this period, weight loss isn't top priority. Maybe you focus on other things and trying to decrease your overall portion sizes. Maybe you think about, how can I build a better relationship with food? How could I be more active with my family, going for nice walks through this period of time, so that when after the Jewish holiday is finished, you can really just get back on the grind. Not get back on the grind, just continue, and you haven't really lost much progress. Because what will happen is sometimes if you go extreme at the beginning, your body won't be able to enjoy it, and then you'll end up probably over-consuming at some point. So I don't want you to set yourself up for failure. And so this episode is going to be about what to do a month beforehand, okay? And then we're going to do another one during just before Rosh Hashanah, so that you can listen to do what to do over the period, how I kind of build up a relationship with my food, with various strategies I'm going to suggest. Some strategies are going to be great for you, some strategies are going to be weird for you, but I'm going to just name a few and then you can try out. If it works, amazing. If it doesn't work, that's fine. The next year, same again, vice versa. So, and this is coming in place from where this is coming from my places of what I would do if I was in your shoes. And that's really important because I really struggled on my fitness journey. There was many Rosh Hashanahs where I felt like I had failed with all my fitness progress. I was one of those people who at the end of it was like, I've run all my progress over the last 6 months and there's the next meal coming up and you just think about food because it looks nice. And actually you could be 50-50 here. You could be making a lot more progress, but maybe it's not the weight loss progress you want. And it's just over that period of time. And that's what I'm going to talk about. So we're not actually under a month. So we're between 3-4 weeks. And what I would do is not focus on making a huge change. Okay. You're 25 days away. You're not going to be changing your whole life in these 25 days. You have to be realistic. What can you do in 25 days? And there's a lot of things. So what I will do is focus on making small changes, which will make a big impact. Doesn't matter about, I want to lose 30 pounds before Rosh Hashanah. I want to get the biggest muscles in the world before Rosh Hashanah. No. What could be is, could you build a habit of going to the gym twice a week? Could you get into a habit of walking every single day? Could you think about switching up with your nutritional stuff, nutritional routines to help you with your needs, making those small changes now so that when you finish the Jewish New Year, you can just get grinding, and that's really important. I thought about a great example, and now I've forgotten about making small changes. So that's going to come back to me later, but it's about making small changes now. So think about what small changes you can make now. Another thing I would do as a little challenge for you is hit the discipline button over Friday dinners or some events. And this is what I love to do for all my clients and for myself is when you when there's an event, when there's a birthday event, when there's a work event, when there's just a casual friend event, think about two things. One, look at the pros and cons of you enjoying that event, lots of drink, lots of food, and then look at the pros and cons of you being disciplined of that event. And what I want you to do is try and hit the discipline button and actually try and think about, okay, well, look at the pros and cons. So let's say I've got my friend's X. Let's say I have my friend X, okay? I don't know what I'm calling X, like an algebra equation. And they're going out for drinks. And I'm thinking, I really want to prioritize my weight this week. So actually, I'm either not going to go or I'm going to go and have something really, really light and just not actually go for a drink or not have an alcoholic drink, maybe just water or like a orange juice, apple juice. And because your main goal that week is the weight loss, for example. On the other end, you think, okay, well, let's say my friends get married or my brothers get married. Of course, think about the pros and cons. If you did try and be so disciplined with your diet, you probably, and you were limited with your food and your drink, you may have fun. You probably will have fun. But actually, these events are amazing that you actually probably want to enjoy your food. You want to enjoy drink, but you also understand that week you're probably not going to lose weight. But I think that actually is worth it, because you're having a really good family event. So what you need to do is look at the pros and cons of both things. And what I suggest is on Friday dinner now, where it's a big event, is try and be a bit more disciplined over your Friday dinners. Try and get in the routine of, okay, I'm going to try and have a few pieces of challah. I'm going to have a few pieces of have one big portion of the plates instead of going back for seconds. And it's a bit frustrating, but I really think it's going to help you build those habits for Rosh Hashanah when there are going to be not just one, there's going to be loads of these meals, and understanding of which meal actually is pre-light meal and which meal is the main meal and actually you want to enjoy yourself, and that's balance. So that's what I do. And thirdly, similar to the first one, is build habits. Build habits now, because when you get closer to Jewish New Year, over that time, your routine will change completely. But one thing I want you to do is build healthy fitness habits, such as right now, of course, working out and going for a walk. Of course, over that time, people aren't probably going to work out. What you can do is prioritize walking. So if you prioritize right now, building a routine of, let's say, first thing in the morning, I'm going to get up and go for a walk every single day. Most likely, when your change of routine happens and you're maybe Rosh Hashanah and you're with your family, most likely you're probably going to go for a walk because you know the benefits of going for a walk. So if I was you right now, I would prioritize walking every single day. The first few days, it's going to suck. It's going to not be comfortable. You're going to be like, oh, I want to stay in bed. But eventually you build a routine. And lastly is same point as number one, and it's having a palm of protein at each meal. And I'm going to talk about this in the third episode, and I'll talk about the why is it so important. It's going to fill you up. And yes, food is amazing, but we don't like the feeling when we feel grotty afterwards. Actually, sometimes if it shows how good the meal was. But if you plan your meals, or if you structure your meals where there's a palm of protein with each serving, for breakfast, if that's yogurt, for lunch, if that's tuna, for chicken, or whatever, a portion of protein, for the same dinner, you're going to feel more full. And there's going to be many benefits of having this. And I always talk about this. I think I talk about this. I've got a video prepared on my TikTok and social media. And it's really, really good. And the two things I would recommend anyone who's like not on and off, they're just 50-50, and they're not really, or maybe they're off and they want to become 50-50, is two things: is having more water. Not water, water is great actually. It's walking every single day and having a palm of protein with every single meal. And that will change your life because you won't feel like you're obsessed with everything, but also you're actually going to make loads of progress. A bit longer progress, but you'll make progress. So that's it. That's all I want you to do right now is do not focus on making big change. Focus on making small changes. Hitting the discipline button on Friday dinners right now. Building routine of habits such as going for a walk every single day and prioritizing it, and having a palm of protein at each and every meal. I hope you enjoyed that. So I have a few podcasts like between each episode. So if you've not watched the first one, I highly recommend it. Well, actually, yeah, I do highly recommend it because you get to listen to me more. But in like 2, 3 weeks, the week before the Jewish New Year, I'm going to do the third part. And I'm not going to tell you exactly what you need to do because everyone's very different. Everyone's got maybe different traditions and small ways and routines. But I'll say what I'm going to do. I'll say what I would do if I'm, let's say, trying to really work on a goal and you feel like this could be a barrier. You feel like if you feel like you're going to lose all the progress, that episode is going to be for you. I'm super excited to record that because I think it's a game changer as well. Also, a very exciting news. I am starting a 5-day Challah Shred Light Challenge. Oh, that sounds so cool to say it out loud. I've written it down, but I've never actually said it out loud yet. And I'm not confirmed the date yet. I'm either doing it going to be before Rosh Hashanah or it's going to be after Sukkot, before Sukkot, because I just want to find the date which is going to be suitable for everyone. And this 5-day challenge, workshop challenge, is going to give you the tools. It's not going to be like, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds of fat. It's not that. It's learning the tools of how to build strategies, build goals, build routines to achieve your goals. I mean, and so that after this, you know exactly what you need to do to get from A to B. And that's going to be the goal, the game of this. I'm going to have some nice challenges, we're going to have a nice community, we're going to be pushing your limits, but in a way that it's not flipping your life upside down. If you are interested in this workshop, send me a message on Instagram saying workshop, and I'm soon going to be creating a Facebook list, Facebook group. I'm going to add you all in. So excited for that, and I look forward to you to listen to me on the next one.